my name is Eli Beck, and you Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop. So this is a different series to the things I normally do. I normally talk about science fiction, Doctor Who, geekery in general. I talk about a lot of geekery. This is a bit of personal growth. I'll say rabbi-ery rather than geekery. So this is what was it? Video number 8 in a 48 part series, the 48 Ways to Wisdom. 48 ways that you can massively upgrade your life, and they all really work. They're not really predicated on a belief system, which I like a lot. Yeah, they're somewhat universal, and yeah, it's been good for me. I've been reviewing them as I've been doing this. So we're doing like Aware These a Day. This was developed by Rabbi Noach Weinberg from Aish Torah. Rabbi Noach Weinberg was my rabbi, the Rosh Hashiva of Aish Torah, which is where the rabbinical ceremony from which I unexpectedly came from. I didn't really end up to didn't really mean to end up there. I just kind of did, and I'm kind of changed my life completely. I ended up staying there for 6 years. Again, I was on a 6-month open ticket. I'll give you the full story at some point if anybody wants to know. So this is a 2,000-year-old piece of wisdom. It's from something called the Mishnah, and it's in a tractate of the Mishnah called Pirkei Avot, Ethics of Our Fathers, which is basically they asked all these rabbis, what would you like to be recorded for posterity that would benefit all humankind. One guy came up with these 48 ways of acquiring wisdom, or acquiring greatness, and they're all pretty good. As I said, you can do pretty much all of them all the time. Before we get into it, can I ask you guys, can you hit the like button? That would be pretty nice. Can you hit the share button? That would be even nicer. The nicest thing you can possibly do, is, well, it's not really the nicest thing you possibly do. I suppose you can send me a piece of cake. Here's some cake. That's always, I always like, but here's a piece of toast. Being given things is always nice. One of the nice things you can do is hit the subscribe button. Thank you very much. Us independent content creators are very, very reliant on your help to continue creating content, and YouTube doesn't like me much. I make fun quite a lot of things that they don't like me making fun of, so they demonetize my channel. So hitting the subscribe button is really, really helpful. Also, as I mentioned, my channel was demonetized. I am trying to make a bob or two out this by having this Indiegogo campaign. It's 2 freaking awesome graphic novels. Go check the video notes. They're right there right now. If you support your local rabbi from another planet today, that'd be fantastic. Let's look at this. It's way number 8, Constant Joy, and this is a good one, Constant Joy. And you would think, well, this one's going to be a hard one to do, but not really. Actually, again, everything's about your mindset. Everything's about putting your mind in the right frame for it. Constant Joy, and Constant Joy is a great thing to master because it just gives you incredible power. Joy gives you power. Look, that first line, it agrees with me. Joy gives you power, motivation, and confidence to achieve things that otherwise would seem too difficult to attempt. Better than a granola bar. Joy is pure energy. Why is a granola bar? What? I don't understand that at all. Joy is. They said this is by Rabbi Noach Weinberg. This was not written by Rabbi Noach Weinberg. It was written based on what he said by Rabbi Noach Weinberg, because he wouldn't talk like that. So first, they talk about what joy is, right? And they talk about the thrill of hitting a home run at the last day of school, riding a new bicycle. You jump with joy, fantastic. Joy gives you energy. It makes you feel great. You can achieve all kinds of things that otherwise may seem impossible. Yeah, joy is an incredible boost. That if you can surf it, you have incredible power. So way number 8 is called Besimcha in Hebrew, Besimcha, with joy. Do everything with joy. So how do you do that? Because some people have more natural joy. I would say I'm a bit of a cheerful guy, right? Generally speaking, I'm a bit cheerful. But I understand that having joy is something that I've developed through doing this. So the first thing about joy is you gotta see what counterfeit joy is. What isn't joy? And there's a lot of counterfeit joy out there because the Western world is essentially right now trying to sell you life without meaning. Life without meaning is a great thing. I think there's a real a real push to destroy the things that give people true joy, which is like, you know, the nuclear family, you know, like having relationships, having stable relationships. These are things that real joy come from. Counterfeit joy is, you know, you think you're going to go out drinking all night. Now, don't get me wrong. New Year's Eve, a lot of fun, but the big difference between fun and joy. Fun basically is something that is really enjoyable at the moment, but afterwards kind of leaves you vacant and empty. Well, joy normally sucks ass while you're doing it. Well, the thing that gives you joy normally sucks ass as you're doing it, but afterwards just gives you the most incredible joy. And the more it sucks ass, the better it is, right? The better the joy is. So the first joy they talk about here is the joy, the pleasure that comes from growth. Now, growth is always accompanied with pain. There's no way of getting one without the other. Growth and pain are intrinsically linked. And again, you know, the insane Twitterati of the world think pain is the worst thing ever because they never really experienced pain. The Twitterati are essentially that generation that grew up with participation trophies that never learned how to deal with loss. And because they never learned how to deal with loss, they can't experience pain. And because they can't experience pain, they are the most vacuous, empty, moronic people I think the world has ever produced. So they don't understand that the first building blocks of joy is work, is pain, right? It's like, but if you go into something like that with that idea that say, you know, like, I don't really want to do this guy this favor. I don't like, you know, somebody. There's a big thing in Israel. Whenever you go to America or England, somebody says, "Oh, can you take this package for me?" Because they don't have to pay the big shipping, right? Can you take a package for me? And it's always a pain in the ass, right? It's always a pain in the ass. They're heavy. You got to put it in, but you do it. Why do you do it? Because you want to be that person. Because you know. Being that person is what gives you joy, right? But being the person that says, "Nah, I'm not going to take it for you," is not that person. Yeah, is not a person that is intrinsically a happy person. Being altruistic makes you happy, and again, this is really, you know, antithetical to you know, Western civilization. What we're trying to be sold by companies such as like Disney or entertainment companies, that joy comes from feeling good in the moment. No, that's not true. But yeah, if you understand what joy really is, you find doing tasks that you don't like a lot more joyful, right? And you're much happier doing them. You know, it used to be in movies when they wanted to show something being you know, euphoric. They tell there's a wife that tells her husband that I'm pregnant. Are you gonna have we're gonna have a baby? And they're like, yeah. Or they have the baby. They're handing out cigars. That's euphoric joy. Now, that wouldn't work today. Why wouldn't it work today? Because you know, having a baby means a lot of work, right? A lot of work. You're up in the middle of the night feeding the kid, and then the kid learns to crawl, and then the kid learns to walk and talk. And each one of these things is a source of joy, and also a source for the kid to be a much bigger pain in the ass. Let me tell you, a kid that can't walk compared to a kid that can walk is a kid that's going to be more destructive. It's more work for you, but still, you are filled with joy. Right? You're filled with joy when they have those bits of personal growth. So then the next thing it talks about the difference between internal and external joy. So internal joy can be affected by external joy. If you basically, it's faking it till you make it. If you put on nice clothes, you eat good food, you sing, you go on a walk in the forest, on the beach, and you think positive thoughts. You know, you spend time with friends. That affects that you know, external joy, which is the only thing that we've been told you know, is the thing to go for, affects genuine internal joy, right? And but without that mindset, you don't get it. And you know, and then, you know, there's a joy of potential pleasure. You know, you it's often, you know, when like, you know, a movie's coming out, like I'm a big movie fan, right? A movie coming out or a TV show's coming out that you're excited by, the anticipation is 99% of the time way better than the actualization, because, you know, you're anticipating, you know, doing something that you're going to enjoy. But essentially, joy is a state of mind. Joy is a decision and a state of mind. You know, and if you can master it, you can take all of life challenges in your stride, because you can put it into context. And again, you go, I don't really want to do this thing, but I know ultimately being the person I want to be is the thing that gives me real pleasure. They're talking about the joy of wisdom. You know, so like every morning I sit down and I study a page of the Talmud, the Babylonian Talmud. It takes 7 years to go through it if you do a page a day. It takes about an hour. It's a pain in the ass, and right now it's reasonably boring stuff. This is from like thousands of years ago. Like, it's a fair, it's a fair bit old, right? And so it's from talking about a different world. It's a lot of work. But you know, I don't really enjoy doing it. Right? I don't enjoy doing it, but I enjoy very much being the person who will persevere and will do something, and see the great, and see the greater good in something. So, yeah, that's good. So let's look at what the bullet points are. Why is constant joy a way to wisdom? Joy gives you power and energy. That is true. With joy, you can knock the ball right out of the park. That is also true. You know, they used to say that prophets in the times of the Bible could only do prophecy if they were in a state of joy, right? If they weren't in joy, Isaac, while he thought his son Joseph was dead for those 20 years or so, he couldn't prophesize because he didn't have that internal joy. And it's natural to feel joy. You know, babies are born full of joy. Babies are born full of life, full of joy, and it's something that we learn, that life isn't something to be incredibly incredibly jubilant about. You don't suffer your problems so much with joy. You solve problems. Why wait till you're almost dead to appreciate how good life is? Appreciate it right now. That is true. You know, it's people only smell the roses. Yeah, when towards the end of life. No, do it right now. Take a few minutes, look around, and there's always something to be happy about, to be joyful about in your life. No matter what the situation is, there's always something there that you can look at. And if you can just focus on that one thing, your life will be better, right? Your life will be better, which is the point of this series. I want your life to be better. I want my life to be better as well. That's why I'm going to mention again my Indiegogo. Go check it out. My name is Sheila Birkin, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring the little bell. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop.